Hello, it's Dave Zelie again. Welcome to New Frontiers Daily Devotionals, and nice to see you again. I just finished up last time about talking about good attitudes, about grumbling with hospitality. I wanted to give you another example from First Peter, just to show you how it really is a thread throughout First Peter. Another example was Paul talks about slaves and how to obey their masters. And he does it a number of times, but for instance, in Titus, he tells them to be obedient. And his whole point is there, be obedient, and so that you can win your master for the gospel. Now in Peter, in 2:16, Peter teaches slaves to be obedient to both good and bad masters. He goes, be obedient with all respect. Whereas Paul wants you to be obedient in such a way that it wins your masters, Peter's concerned about your attitude towards your masters with all respect, because he's worried about the internal life of his people. Some of these slaves are believers. Attitudes matter. Attitudes matter to Peter. Attitudes should matter to us. And that we need to protect ourselves from this self-centered culture, and that one of the best ways we can is to keep our attitudes not like what the culture sort of like expects us to have, but to have completely different attitudes. That's what a Christian is. He has a different attitude. And there's just one last thing I want to leave with us. In a little while, an event is going to happen to all of us that's going to make half of our church very happy and half of our church very sad. It's an election, and we don't even know which half is going to be happy and which half is going to be sad. This election has the potential of splitting our country, splitting our church, splitting the church, and even splitting our church. You know, maybe not splitting it like that, but internally, our hearts could be split from each other. It's less than united. And Peter has a solution for this. And earlier in 1 Peter, in chapter 1:22, Peter says, since we have a sincere heart, a sincere love for the brethren. I like that. He starts off saying we have a sincere love for the brethren. He says, since you have a sincere love for the brethren, love one another deeply from the heart. Again, Paul writes all about love and what we're supposed to do. Peter is talking about this deeper attitude. He's saying, yes, you already have a sincere love, but I want to ask for more, a deeper love for the brethren. And then you know what? It's so important. He says it again a few chapters later. He says, above all, love deeply from the heart. Love one another deeply from the heart. I would like to encourage us all to go out of our way to love everyone in our church deeply from the heart over the next couple of weeks, especially if we know that this election means a lot to them. And especially if we know that maybe our politics might be different from someone. To go out of our way, start now loving people deeply from the heart. You know, it's kind of like giving ourselves an inoculation against disunity. So God bless you all. Thank you for listening again. Have a great week.